My name is Matt DeCourcy, and I am an entrepreneur.
I'm Lauren Conaway, and I'm an entrepreneur.
My name is Matt Watson, and I'm an entrepreneur.
My name is Andrew Morgans, and I am an entrepreneur.
Business is hard. That's why we started the Startup Hustle podcast. We wanted to show other entrepreneurs that you're not alone. You're not the only person that deals with failure. You're not the only one working way too long and way too hard to get where you want to be. Since we started the Startup Hustle podcast, we've recorded over 500 episodes. We've had 1.5 million downloads from listeners in 190 countries. I didn't even know there were 190 countries. We started the Startup Hustle podcast to tell real stories about entrepreneurship. You shouldn't expect anything different from Startup Hustle TV.
I don't think I can explain to you how excited I am for Startup Hustle TV. It's going to be hugely beneficial for entrepreneurs who are just starting out or trying to figure out aspects of their business.
I am super stoked about Startup Hustle TV. I'm fucking pumped. We're trying to tell authentic stories of real entrepreneurs that are doing whatever it takes to be successful, the wins, the losses, the failures. We're gonna give it to you as authentic as we can, and we're gonna have a lot of fun telling our stories.
Business is hard. Starting a business is even harder. Until you've done it, you have no clue what you're gonna have to go through to get it done. Any entrepreneur that tells you that they haven't struggled, failed, or run into a hard time with their business, they're either not telling you the truth or they just haven't been at it that long. All entrepreneurs struggle, fail, and expect to in the future.
I'm Matt Watson, the founder and CEO of Stackify and co-founder of Fullscale. Did I just break the chair?
Possible. I really hope so.
I've been an entrepreneur since I was about 21 years old. Sold my first company for about $150 million. I didn't know what a startup was. Didn't know what it really meant to be an entrepreneur. I was just writing code and trying to solve problems. Stackify is one of the fastest growing companies in the United States. We've been proud to be listed on the Inc. 500. Stackify's problems are common to most startups. We're small. We don't have all the resources we need. We don't have all the employees that we need in key positions. You know, we have a lot of people that have to wear a lot of hats, and it's really difficult.
My name is Matt DeCourcy, and I'm the co-founder of Fullscale, GigaBook, and Startup Hustle. In 2009, I started a business in the extra bedroom of my home. Had no money, I had no experience. All I had was a credit card with an $8,000 limit. That business and the other businesses I started as a result of it have since generated $40 million in revenue and become the foundation for everything that we do at Fullscale, Startup Hustle, GigaBook, really all of it.
You know, as Matt DeCourcy and I became friends, at Stackify I was looking to ramp up our software development team and knew that he was doing software development in the Philippines with GigaBook.
Our original plan was to help Stackify build a development team. We realized there was a huge demand for tech services.
And we just decided to work together and, you know, scale that up in the Philippines and start working for some other clients.
We added beta client 1, beta client 2, beta client 3, only to realize that it was probably the better move as a business to focus on tech services.
Next thing you know, we had a great business idea that was sort of an accidental business that really grew on its own, and now Fullscale is a big business with a couple hundred employees and growing.
Anytime you have a company that has grown as fast as Fullscale, we're talking 200, we had 100 employees within our first year, nearly 200 after 2 years. You have problems with cash flow, culture, logistics, really all of it. And then we were trying to deal with it halfway around the world. It took a long time for us to build our audience. We had to figure out a lot of things along the way. As our audience grew, I couldn't help but feel like we could do a better job of offering perspective and different points of view. In July of 2020, we announced an expanded host lineup for the Startup Hustle podcast. Through adding Lauren and Andrew to the host lineup of Startup Hustle, the depth and range of our subject matter, it increased exponentially. Considering the fact that we doubled our listener base in 2020, I think the expansion went pretty well.
I'm Lauren Conaway, and I'm an entrepreneur. I love knowledge. I like to read a lot. I'm a little bit of a dilettante, so I know a little bit about a lot of stuff. Like, that's Russian. InnovateHer KC is a 3,400 plus member women's leadership community here in Kansas City, Missouri. We serve female leaders in the verticals of entrepreneurship, community advocacy, civic engagement, education, and the arts, and we do so with a lens to diversity, inclusion, belonging, and low barrier to entry. I started InnovateHer KC completely by accident. We actually began as a series of small get-togethers where I was trying to connect female founders in the entrepreneurial community in Kansas City through these small, intimate, authentic events to address some pretty deep systemic inequities that female founders and female leaders tend to deal with across multiple sectors and across multiple areas of our society. You know, if you belong to an industry that is predominantly male, it's sometimes difficult to find female mentors who understand your journey. We are able to help women connect with each other, strengthen each other, amplify each other's efforts, and work together for our collective success. The most notable thing about InnovateHer KC is this incredible community of badass women leaders doing kick-ass things that we have cultivated and brought together.
My name is Andrew Morgans, and I am an entrepreneur. A few notable things about me are that I'm a redhead that grew up in Congo. I'm a missionary kid. I built all my businesses by being a bootstrapper. I'm tall. Marknology is an Amazon brand accelerator, and what that means is we help brands navigate the challenges that Amazon presents to be a seller on that platform. I started my business on accident. I was really looking for a way to get out of debt, and I just started freelancing on the side. I had a couple of clients that asked me to stay on monthly, and all of a sudden I had a business. Marknology has people problems, and what I mean by that is no one goes to school for Amazon. So for us, we have to train and develop talent in-house. For us, that means that the people that we do have are very valuable to us. A few other notable things about my company is I work with my family, and I absolutely love it. They've helped me build a business and allowed me to really invest back in the business and focus on things that if it wasn't a family member that believed in my vision, I don't think we would have been able to accomplish all that we've done together.
I had this crazy idea to film a TV show and quickly realized how much work it is to create something like this. I'll be the first to tell you, I don't know a fucking thing about making a TV show. Pretty good at creating content through Full Scale, Startup Hustle, but got to figure out the video stuff. Dude, why? I'm doing it amidst a global pandemic. So, gonna figure out what works, who's with us, who's not, how to do stuff, probably figure out how to not do even more stuff. I'm from Kansas City. I was born here, I grew up here, and I'm raising my family here. Now there's something about Kansas City that people that aren't from here don't know. There's an invisible line that runs through the city separating Kansas and Missouri. With that, we have two different states, two different sets of laws, two different sets of taxes. The Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs, they play in Missouri. So do the Kansas City Royals. When it comes to Kansas City, Missouri, you have big buildings, you have a skyline. I mean, honestly, you really can't miss it. When it comes to Kansas City, Kansas, it's seen better days. In late 2018, I started looking for a new office for Full Scale and Startup Hustle. During my search, I was introduced to a local real estate developer who was already in the process of trying to revitalize downtown Kansas City, Kansas. They had purchased a building and improved it. However, it had been sitting vacant for several years. Apparently, no one wants to be the first business to move into a neighborhood that's in the process of revitalization. That didn't bother me. I really liked the idea of moving to the area. My family was in the dairy business and had history in Kansas City, Kansas, dating back to the early 1900s. So we decided to give it a shot. All right, so I'm here at the old Full Scale office, which was also the Stackify office and the home of the Startup Hustle podcast studio. As you can see, either we got robbed or we're moving out. Here's the old studio. Man, it feels like it's been a long time since I've done anything in here. Come over here, there's not a whole lot of lights on, but you can see we got a heck of a lot of stuff to move. It's moving day, and we are getting ready to move in to our new spot in Kansas City, Kansas. We are currently loading up the trucks at the other office. I'm here in downtown Kansas City, Kansas, ready to make a difference.
Like me, motherfucker, go work that 9 to 5. Sorry that I had to go bitch. Stressed out, so I tell her it's gonna be alright. I ain't live right, I ain't live life. For all they know, I'ma flip twice, I'ma roll dice. Get the fuck out my business. Said I'll drop out, then I really did this. I could not give them what they want to. Class cannot pass, I ain't run no. Bitch, I'm here, Hanjo. Run my own show, no big ass place or handouts, I don't want those. Little bitch on my face or get sprayed, you gon' need to get a poncho. They say you too selfish, I ain't tryna get vocal like Bono. Throwing all this dirt on my name, next time go throw it in the compost.
We are going to go, we meaning me, Johnny, and Joel, are gonna go to Kansas City, Kansas, to our new building, and we are gonna begin to construct sets. So it's pretty raw and dirty down there, so we'll see how it goes. Stuff.
My briefcase.
That we offered in a sec, that's the first step. Now it's all about the execution. I ain't about to go and lose it, grab the shit and go bruise it. I ain't out much when I am, no, I wanna get stupid. Wanna head south to a place where there ain't no rain and make music. And the institution got lazy, so I left, now I'm done with the excuse.
Everything for Startup Hustle TV is continuing to move forward, and I've handed most of, well, not most of, all of the interview stuff over to Joel and Johnny, and they've been down at our KCK space doing interviews with the first people that are going to be on the show.
We're prepping for shoot day 1. Interviews. We're going to test it all on mine. That way we can look at it before Lauren gets here this afternoon.
All right, and here we have Johnny Cook, one of my favorites from the Startup Hustle Full Scale team. Hey man, how you doing?
Doing good, how are you?
Here we go. So are you recording right now?
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
This is all part of my daily footage to Matt.
Welcome to Startup Hustle, where the mics are always hot.
Don't tell Matt I don't know how to use the camera.
Say that again, louder.
Don't tell him.
So yesterday, we spent almost 3 hours filming Lauren's interview for Startup Hustle TV. It's humbling to watch someone after a full day, of work, still have the time and attention and dedication to sit down with us and do what needed to be done. And I think that's probably one of the biggest things that most people don't know about true entrepreneurs, right? You can call yourself and give yourself that title, but the real ones are the ones that do stuff when they don't want to do it, when they're tired. And that's motivating for me.
Well, I am outside of 730 Minnesota, where we are going to record part of the show today. I'm nervous, but this is the life of an entrepreneur. It's my first time recording, I guess, on TV outside of the podcast. But I've been working toward video, I've been working toward content, and this is the next evolution. I'm super excited about Startup Hustle TV. So here's the next 5 hours and getting a lot of my backstory. Hope you guys enjoy it.
Johnny and I just finished shooting with Andrew. It was awesome.
Great.
That dude is so interesting. And I mean that in the most complimentary way. Tomorrow morning,
Another cast member comes in and we shoot a new story.
Do it
So,
over again.
Johnny, say goodnight.
Good night.
See you guys tomorrow.
See you in 12 hours.
12 hours.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk. Gotta keep quiet, maneuver in silence, then let them in, talk up their body, another one body, that's just how it go. I got some secrets, I'm shaking the game so they stay on their toes. Stay in your lane, I to stay on the go. I can play with the pros and act like a rookie so they overlook me.
I'm excited about today because we're doing the last interview for the Startup Hustle cast. Matt Watson, kind of the mystery of the Startup Hustle cast.
Matt Watson is kind of a mystery to me a little bit.
So Matt Watson, I don't know him as well.
Matt Watson is an enigma wrapped in a mystery that lives inside the Matrix.
Matt Watson is an entrepreneur, a parent, a friend, a business partner, and someone who occasionally blows everyone's minds with feats of athleticism.
Are you ready? Sure. Matt Watson is a nerd and an entrepreneur.
That dude is an entrepreneur. He's done it, start to finish, more than once. He'll get the same questions we all did, but he's probably the smartest of all of us.
I once beat Matt Watson 16 times in a row at rock, paper, scissors.
Book smart. Definitely has the experience. And, the cool part about finishing this up is that we'll get to make our sizzle reel, which should really show you what we're doing with all of this.
Prior proper planning prevents poor performance. And that's why I actually sit down and meet with the people that we're doing Startup Hustle with. So look who I found.
Hi.
Oh, wait, are you recording me or are you recording you recording me?
We're very meta right now. I'm
But
recording you, recording me.
No, you're not.
Oh, well, then you're gonna.
Lauren does not know how to use a
I
camera.
have no idea how to use this thing. None whatsoever. No shame.
So we're gonna try to figure some stuff out. I'm gonna teach Lauren how to use cameras, how to press buttons, and
Oh, I know how to press.
am I mansplaining?
This is the crap I have to deal with.
Not true. I've never mansplained
I need
anything.
to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk.